Episode 56 Caramel Mouse Rage.
Did you see the video?
Do what?
Did you see the video that you posted? That's why they wouldn't let you do it. C3PO?
Yeah, Disney shut him down.
Oh.
All right. Special Under the Cowl being broadcasted through HBO Max. We wanted to get on there before Wonder Woman 84 debuted on HBO Max. So we are official. This is our HBO Max debut.
Will you pay for a live viewing?
What about a live viewing?
You bought us a live viewing for tonight's episode?
Yes. Yeah, any of you guys see the news for that? For
Nope.
Wonder Woman 84?
No, then I'd have to smash my head against the wall.
What's the news?
What's the news? Did they cancel it?
No, it's coming out on HBO Max and theaters on Christmas Day, so.
Guess we know what Anthony will be doing Christmas Day.
They're going to allow one person to the theater.
I'm assuming they'll keep whatever restrictions they've been doing, whether it's the 25% capacity or I'm not sure what they're doing. I haven't been back, but yeah, that way for those theaters that are open and are doing all that stuff, people can go. And then if you got HBO Max, you can not risk your life and you can just watch it at home.
This is interesting right now. I actually have 2 Zoom windows.
Bragging. Wow, what quite a flex.
So yeah, I don't know which one it's recording. Now I can see them both because with the monitors, I moved one over, but
The one you're looking at right now, you're not looking at us. When you look at the other one, you're looking at us.
right. If I look at this way, I'm looking towards my webcam. This is the screen that I normally have it on. But all I've got on the screen is whoever's talking. There's no controls. I can't do anything with this window. So all my controls and the gallery view of us, which I would normally be looking at, is over here now because I just slid it over here so at least I can see it. And it's the one that says it's recording, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what's. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Basically, everything that you say, just say it twice and facing both directions, and then we'll be good.
Yeah,
so basically, everything that you say it twice, and you face both directions, and then you'll be good. See, I'll do it too.
This is weird. I don't know what it's actually recording and what it's not. There's some goofy glitch, and I can try shutting it down and repost the link and whatever, but then we start going. there's a lot of these. I think that if people start watching the beginning of it, they might think that all we talk about is the issues that we have with Zoom, which normally works pretty well. But we've had a few when we first come on. The beginning of our conversation is some kind of a control setting or issues, some technical thing, sometimes with Zoom, sometimes with something else. I don't know if I should look at this because this might be recording. I don't know if I should look.
Look in the middle.
Look over here because either way, I'm facing the camera now.
That's why people listen to the audio version.
So
they prefer the video because then they get to see our pretty faces.
So I don't know if either of you are caramel fans. Caramel, however you say it.
Caramel.
Time I go to Sendex, I grab a handful of counter caramels, bring them home, so at night after I take my teeth out, I can just suck on them.
Counter caramels, is that like an anti-caramel?
The things they pick off the floor that the kids stick underneath like gum.
Oh, that's how they make caramel. They scrape the old gum off of stuff and they.
Well, now they've provided a product in which you can take the caramels and you squeeze it to get juice to give you caramel juice, otherwise known as caramel nog. I saw this in my order guide, so I ordered it up, just got it in yesterday. And like the pumpkin nog that I talked about does, you get that nog texture and taste, but very heavily pumpkin. This one here, it's just like, it doesn't even feel like it's nog. It's very good, but it's basically caramel juice. So if you're looking for
caramely than it is noggy.
Yes. So if it didn't even say nog on there, I wouldn't even be like, oh, this is kind of like an eggnog with caramel. But nope.
Yeah,
very good.
I would have to try it.
Do they have both varieties? Do they have caramel nog and caramel nog?
I hope so. Yeah, maybe they have them on like the different coasts, or it's a regional thing. So maybe we just have a caramel nog. So it's expired. It says since 1926.
Wow, that's way past its date.
Kind of like my eggnog. It's eggnog and Christian Brothers brandy.
Brandy the singer. We've talked about her
before.
Yes. Brandy the singer and Nog from Deep Space Nine.
I'll pretend I know that Star Trek reference.
And much like yours, my brandy overpowers the Nog.
Get a little Nog with your brandy.
I should have David's Katie come down here. Because I don't remember the explanation. But she did try to explain to everybody that caramel and caramel are both a thing and what the difference is between the two of them. And I find that I use both pronunciations depending on what I'm talking about, but I don't know if I'm using them properly.
And did you look at your kid and say, nobody likes a smart ass?
Yeah. Well, I probably said that, but I also commonly say better a smartass than a dumbass. So they probably would throw that one back at me.
It's been a long time since we've brought up the reference of David's Katie. That's a deep cut for the Under the Cowl listeners.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been so long. Most people don't know what I'm talking about when I say David anymore.
Talking about yourself in the third person again.
Yeah, and he doesn't currently look like any version of Spider-Man, so we can't call him Tom Holland right now. He doesn't really have the Tom Holland look.
Yeah, he kind of graduated from that.
So, yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe maybe it's like Spider-Man: The College Years or something. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see once they're able to resume making all of these Marvel movies and other Spider-Man movies. By the time they get going on it, Peter Parker will probably be about to graduate college anyways.
Yep. So yeah, my last couple days mostly been living in Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda. So where have you guys been residing in the last couple days?
Mostly work. I've been able to reside a little bit in Dreamland, but I don't get enough sleep to really enjoy my time there.
Yeah, I just been in and out of doctor's offices and trying to get rid of some stuff out of the garage so I can get Shelly's car in the garage before it snows.
Is that two different things, or do you have to go to the doctor's office to have things removed from the garage?
Yeah, it's just another.
They emptied out the garage last time, so now there's needles into my feet. Bastards.
Like acupuncture or just
no, I had a needle that was about 2 to 3 inches long with a full bottle of fluid goop, some type of white goo that they injected all over the heel, and she kept moving the needle back and forth through the sore spots. It sucked. Even though they sprayed it with this freezing spray, but that doesn't do shit because your heel's so thick you can't feel it even hitting it.
And what was the purpose behind this?
To try and fix some of my pains in my feet. I basically feel like knives going through the bottom of my feet constantly, and another MS thing.
So what is the worst feeling? That feeling of knives going through your feet or the needles?
The knives.
Okay. Now what if you step on Legos? Is that
needle through there? I sat there as still as possible. I wasn't about to move with that thing inside there. So I didn't care if I felt the pain or not. So.
Now they're injecting stuff while moving a needle around your heel. Did you look at your heel afterwards to make sure that you don't have some tattoo on your heel now?
Yep. I had to play with the blood that was all over the side of it.
Fun.
Had a nice little blood tattoo. I took Anthony's suggestion and finally found Eaton's Pizza today. Placed the order online and got the mac and cheese, taco mac and cheese chicken thing, which was really good. That was our favorite of the two. And the other one I got was a chicken cordon bleu, and I had it with the garlic cream sauce. That was good. But the mac and cheese is awesome. I want to get it one more time for the end of the month. So.
Yeah.
It's a killer deal. $6 something for a 12-inch. And it's like, yeah, I know you could go to Pizza Hut or Domino's and get a 52 topping 16-inch pizza for $3 and get a second one for free. But this is a pretty damn good deal for a fresh pizza. So.
Yeah, I told a lot of people about that, and everyone was pretty intrigued by that Taco Mac. And I myself will probably have to go back and get another one before November ends.
I'm thinking if I do another one, I'm going to swap out the chicken for ground beef. I think that would be better since it is taco-y flavored anyways. So.
I'm going to have them drizzle some caramel juice across mine.
Well, I haven't been to an Eaton's. I have not been to Eaton's Pizza yet to eat some pizza.
There's one in your town.
What's that?
There's one in your town.
I know. But yeah, just haven't gotten around to it. I did eat it at Quiznos Subs today for the first time. I was thinking I had been to a Quiznos before until I was there, and then I was like, yeah, you know what? I have never been to a Quiznos before. But yeah, I was over in Grafton because for work I had to go out and see some customers today, and I was over in that area and decided to pop in there for lunch. So wasn't bad. It is. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places out there that do it with COVID and everything, where they like barricade themselves in behind the counter, and they have all the tables. So you're standing like 10 feet away from them, and then you're like wearing a mask and they're wearing a mask, and you wonder how, with the distance and the masks and everything, how anybody could actually understand the other person. And yet somehow I got what I ordered. The masks that both of the people behind the counter were wearing were, they were more or less like a regular mask that you see, but just the way that they were pulled out, it was not quite a cone shape, but it kind of
those dog-faced ones.
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of like a sideways duck,
yep.
And it really muffled their voices a lot more than I think a lot of the regular masks do.
I think with cone shape, it's like a rebound. It hits it and then bounces back at them.
Are you sure it wasn't just Alec Baldwin from Beetlejuice and he just stretched his nose out?
They do look a little bit like that. But yeah, I mean, it distorts the voice. It's not just covered. It like actually makes this just distortion to it. And
you went through the drive-through. That was the problem.
It's the inside drive-through. It's the walk up drive-through.
Radar's jam, sir. Raspberry.
What shores would you like?
Did you lose the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps?
I don't have them, so I must have lost them.
Okay.
But yeah, somehow got the food. It was all correct. The person that I was there with apparently goes to that one quite often. They knew who he was and everything. And he says that's one of the reasons he goes back is because they always treat him like he's there all the time, even though he's not really there all the time. But he's there enough that they recognize him. So that's the nice thing about going to a place and having them recognize you. You feel more welcomed and comfortable, and you feel like the service is better when when you're treated as though they're familiar with you. They know who you are. So it's not like you walked in and they were like, Norm, but
Yeah, in high school, I had the habit of going to McDonald's for breakfast before school every day. And I'd pick it up for myself and my friend, getting a sausage egg McMuffin with a second sausage egg McMuffin with the hash brown and a medium French vanilla cappuccino. Back then, that was all like $5, and I would walk in and they would see me, and then they would just ring it up. I wouldn't even have to say a single word. And I miss that treatment. I feel that the times have changed, and then specifically it changed to take away my presidential status at McDonald's breakfast. So.
Like the fat little kid's back, get shit frying. Quiznos subs, wasn't that the one that when they came out with their first commercials, they had like a dancing dead mouse?
Really?
Nuts! I wouldn't eat there because of that commercial.
That might have been Chuck E. Cheese's.
No, it wasn't Chuck E. It was Quiznos, right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Oh man,
that's what the type of thing you do when you open a restaurant and you've taken out a lot of insurance, in case your business fails or something, and you really want it to fail for some reason. Maybe you got a loan from a rich uncle who you hate and just want to waste their money or something like that.
I'm telling you, check out the Quiznos first commercials. I swear it looks like a dead mouse.
Yeah. If you want to share the screen, I've got it.
Let me see if I can figure out how to. I got to figure out what monitor to look at here because I could look at one monitor. I could look at another monitor. I got two monitors to look at here.
Yeah, so I have it queued up here, and it's going to be free advertising, or maybe
or not
anti-advertising.
Okay. You should be able to share it. I wonder which screen it's going to pop up on.
Okay, so sharing. Can we all see YouTube? I'm going to press play.
Well, I see it on one screen, but not the other.
And he's totally got his legs all crunched up like he's a freeze-dried mouse. The other
I do remember this now. This is one of those things I must have blocked out.
It makes no sense to me. I even wrote them a letter. It's like, why would you advertise like this in your food place?
Yeah, I typed in Quizzo's commercial mouse and it came up. So
yeah.
Then I could see if you had a stuffed mouse, but that really looked like a mouse that was freeze-dried because the body was turned sideways, the legs were curled up, and they put those little squiggly dancey eyes on it.
Maybe there's a reason I have not eaten at
I have yet
Quiznos.
to eat
Not at Eaton, but at Quiznos.
That's why I exclusively only eat at Subway, because they had that nice guy Jared. Oh, never mind.
Something with Sub Shop.
All right, I'm going to Cousins.
Yeah, and Jimmy John's owner,
Jimmy John's owner got in a bunch of trouble.
Cousins, where they keep it in the family.
Eaton's makes pizza and subs.
Yeah, Brent said that he highly recommends the subs there because I told him about the Taco Mac, and apparently the subs are going to be gone soon. And I think it was all like a COVID-related issue. I'm assuming they're not getting a lot of business for lunch eat-outs and office orders and stuff. So actually, at the time of this recording, there might not be much time to even try a sub at
if I order again, I'm going to have to get one because that's what they originally built themselves on, and that's what we started with was the Eaton subs. You go in there and build your own big sub in there.
Yeah, it might only be this week yet. I'm not sure on that, so just FYI.
Jeez. But yeah, when I was in there today, all she was doing was whipping up pizza after pizza. I couldn't believe how many orders they had for where they're located. It's like they're just out in the middle of nowhere now by the business park.
Well, they just got that bump from last week's episode. They all the reviews came in, and
like Jeff's on Main. I mean, all of a sudden one day he's normal. The next time I go in, the place is packed, and the beer. There's a whole stack of it right up front. The
zombie dust.
Yeah, the zombie dust.
Maybe they're the one person that watches or listens to this and thought that everybody would watch or listen to it, and like, all right. Eaton's thinking about it works better as a name with the subs than with the pizza, because Eaton's Pizza or Eaton Subs. What you doing? Eaton Subs. See?
Yes.
It's like right in the name.
Eaton's caramel juice. Wait.
Well, yeah, that's caramel juice isn't as bad as nut juice. We all know that's why they call it like almond milk. Although there's nobody out there taking the little almond teats.
Too much time on your hand if you're finding the almond teats.
I've never looked that closely at an almond.
We gotta get David out of the basement.
I don't spend that much time playing with nuts.
Are either of you fans of the fictional character of Medusa? Non-Marvel, just the
Just like, the mythological
Yeah.
I wouldn't
fan.
say fan, but I've always appreciated her existence.
Yeah, I wouldn't like approach her and ask for an autograph or anything.
One of my favorite Chicago-based artists, Jenny Frison, who is popular with doing all the covers for the series Revival, as well as having a long run on Wonder Woman. She's currently doing the Catwoman variant covers. She's done some Buffy and Angel ones over the years too. Through a Chicago Arts, I'll get the name after I show it here, but she's doing this exclusive print. Now there is an emoticon censoring the body part known as the nipple in this here, but it's her holding
eyeballs censoring the other part.
Yeah. But yeah, she did this giant, I think it's an 18 by 24 print that it'll officially go on sale. I think they're going to be limited, but you can secure your pre-order now, which I did do. This is through All Star Press in Chicago, which is they deal with a bunch of art deals and stuff. I never knew about them until I saw Jenny post about this. But yeah, they're located on Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago. And it's, let me get the exact thing here. But yeah, I had to order one up because it's Jenny Frison. So now I'll have to go and pretend that I'm a big Medusa fan. That's not like humans.
Did you get the drawn on the nipple tier?
It's the my face is going to be on the nipple, so it's going to be my nose is going to be right in the center. It's perfect. I saw it already. So, but yeah, just that was one thing I saw. I'm looking. Oh yeah, here we go. It's a 6-color screen print on Mohawk Superfine Ultra White with hand deckled edges. It's got all these fancy art terms, but yeah, it's a big 18 by 24 print, and
it comes with all the frills.
Yes.
Are you talking about that because you got that big empty spot on your wall behind you?
Yep. So I'm gonna take that off, and no, that I still reserved for my appearance in X-Ray Robot. So, but yeah, in the meantime, Medusa will be showing up sometime soon.
I put the batteries in my Deadpool head. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't do something like, about time you let me out of there, or some type of thing when you first
just start it up or something.
Put the batteries in there and shut the case. It should automatically started saying something. But yeah,
you're saving
15 seconds and then set them aside for now.
You're saving that for next year's edition. It's only going to have that one extra phrase, but it'll be worth it.
That's going to be the one without the face mask on. All the burnt face head.
The what do they refer to it in the movie? Wasn't it something like a testicle or something like?
Yeah.
Some sort of word, like I forget what he described it, but.
So, have either of you? So there's like an app or something with that Deadpool head, and you.
I had it downloaded on this
tab, more phrases,
but I haven't played with it yet.
Yeah, I did get it for mine, and you can kind of control what you're looking for if you want to like have them say insults and things like that, and so you can kind of curate the output. You can't. I don't think you can. You might be able to choose specifically. I haven't had much time to.
Have you figured out how much distance we got?
How much distance?
How far away it can be when you're punching in stuff?
Yeah, I didn't test that yet, so.
I want to go to my sister's house and just put it in their bedroom or something with like a clown mask on his head or something.
I think the commercial had it in the fridge. You could do that too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, they had the
one on the toilet seat. Put them on the toilet lid.
Yeah, just you probably don't want to have a lot of water in your toilet bowl when you put your electronic head in there. It just seems like that could be bad for it.
I'll be right back. Unrelated note.
You got to put a head in the bowl.
Yep.
I got rid of 3 of the cabinets.
3 of the cabinets?
A couple, those 2 lighted cabinets, old dart case cabinets.
Oh, okay.
Got rid of 2 silver ones, the metal ones, and then the big brown one. Anthony needs those 2 dart case ones. So it'd be good for your collectibles.
I don't know where I'm going to put them.
Well, you could have had them worked into your display for the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, you can mount them back to back, put the Surfer on top.
Did you talk to your brother at all about building?
Yeah,
he come over and get the measurements and everything. He's hard at work. And
none of that has happened yet, mostly with all the crazy work stuff and now hunting and everything that he does. So, yeah.
Oh. So hunting is more important than building a fancy display case cabinet stand for a life-size Silver Surfer.
Yep. Especially when he probably doesn't know what Silver Surfer is.
That boy's got to learn his priorities.
Gonna have to put out all new hunting tags out here now. Did you see you have in Quascom there? You got the mama and the 2 baby bears were wandering the other day.
Actually, you only got 1 baby bear now.
Figures.
One was hit. They made it down to Richfield, down, I think it was just south of Cabela's, and about 11:44 p.m. night before last, it was reported one of the cubs was hit dead on the side of the road.
And then someone else on their trail camera got a really big elk down in that area. Well, actually down by Holy Hill area.
Did somebody say bear?
I see the cub has been removed from the side of the freeway now.
I haven't heard any of the bear news.
No, and a lot of people had comments on there about, well, people need to learn to drive safer and they should have been moved up north where it was safer and things like that. And up north, they're saying bears get hit all the time up there.
Yep. Yeah. Or there's too many of them in population. They got to work their way south.
And it's too warm for them to hibernate, because I think they normally would be hibernating. Although, is it really that much warmer now than?
They're usually hibernating before deer season.
I guess it's been a little warmer than usual, but I know sometimes it's. I mean, we've had some cold days too, but sometimes the weather is decent into November a little bit, so I don't think it's that unusual. But I haven't paid that much attention, so I could be completely wrong. You know, I'm just some guy that does some silly podcast and YouTube video thing. I don't know anything about the history of weather.
No, I watch it every morning, and pretty much we've been staying around the normals. So it's not like we're hitting no weird numbers or anything.
Yeah, it used to be that the people that would do this kind of stuff had some sort of expertise in some area, or at least a decent amount of knowledge. We're 3 guys that sit around and make shit up and hope we're right. Well, not everything. Kerby was right about the Quiznos mice thing. That existed.
I get one once in a while. What else exciting's happening in your lives? My life's been boring as hell.
I think Anthony must have found a version of that picture where the nipple wasn't covered, because he's just.
I'm going through the photo albums looking for topics if we had anything, but it's all Zelda related because that's all I've been doing since Fridays, outside of work, obviously.
Playing Zelda and listening to his Flat Earth podcast.
Yeah, the beard's coming a little bit thicker there. Haven't trimmed it up at all. You've been too busy.
Yeah, he's getting scraggly.
Kirby's not.
Are we talking about shirtless bear fighter? What's going on? What? That's what I'm looking for. That's the picture I would take to the barber, saying, "Yep, give me the shirtless bear fighter look."
Wait, which part of that are you trying to look like?
Hey, get the hell out of my barber shop. We do not do that section of your body.
The whole 360 package, if you will.
The total package, huh?
But yeah, that's been the majority of my time after work is just diving into Zelda. And then I was just looking online. I have some of the manga adaptations, but I see they have some awesome hardcover volumes that I'm just getting back into the Zelda spirit. And I'm thinking to combine both worlds, both fandoms of juggling comics and video games. I can do it in one volume. So.
Yeah, you should have got that big hardcover that one comic book store that used to be in town here used to have. Yeah,
what? Rainbow Harvest? Is that what the... This is the Under the Rainbow podcast.
Rewound a little bit too far there.
I
know that we had one of the Zelda hardcovers.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that might have. I don't know if that was the overall guide, encyclopedia book. I don't know if that was the manga thing. Because doing some research, I think that was because of the size and everything. I think that was like a encyclopedic type of source or something.
I suppose that would be possible. I was thinking it was some sort of more along the lines of a graphic novel or something, but you might be right.
Yeah, because looking at these hardcover volumes and stuff, I didn't recall seeing that picture, but I think that's what it was that where it was mostly green with the Triforce symbol on, I think.
Like the type of hardcover novel he's talking about is like this really sweet one that I picked up for Shelly for Christmas, but gave to her early. I didn't expect it to be this nice. I kept going back and forth on it, but I got her Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, done with Bela Lugosi in it.
Nice.
Just got beautiful artwork in there. And it just actually has me wanting to read Dracula, which I give no shits for. But I just seeing Bella's face in all the Dracula spots, it actually has me intrigued. I'll actually read it. But yeah, it's pretty nice book. I was really impressed.
So you kept going back to new book for Christmas?
I didn't want to wrap it. And we don't do much of shit for Christmas other than stockings for each other. So I wanted to get that for her, and I'm like, yeah, she's been buying me stuff when she goes out, so give her something in a while.
It's got the dust jacket, so that is covering, that is the wrapping over the hardcover.
Yep.
I might get Tammy some comics for Christmas too.
Now that you found those ones that are easier to read.
Well, anything with Dracula, I love.
Yeah.
And the artwork is awesome.
And I was glad because it was either that or that one manga version, and I ended up going with that one instead. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad you got this one instead.
Like manga Dracula, like Mangula.
What was it? I think it was Bram Stoker's done in manga form.
It's probably Stoker's Bram, though, if it's manga form.
Yeah. I agree stuff backwards. And I still can do like 2-3 pages normally, right to left, and then I'll screw up again and all of a sudden go left to right and be like, shit, I got to reread it. Like no one wasn't making no damn sense.
Yeah, that's what all those Zelda ones are the traditional. It's just the English translation, but yeah, they're all the right to left. It'll be weird opening a giant hardcover, but backwards. Yeah, I feel I have a little more control when it's a smaller paperback, but the giant hardcover, it's going to be a whole different experience.
I got a guy at work that always staples stuff backwards, and I have to yell at it. Like, God damn it, this isn't manga.
And then trying to flip pages while you got your little handheld Link hand puppet talking to you, reading your manga to you.
Yep. Drinking my caramel juice. Or my juice caramel.
Oh.
Yep.
Cat's banging on the door over there.
Ours is finally asleep. He's been a jackass all night. So those really woolly brown, light brown cows with the really big horns, is that where they get the caramel eggnog milk?
That's true. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you can get those, but there are caramel cows and caramel cows. I haven't quite figured out what the difference is. You usually have to lift up the tail and back to kind of see. And
Gonna have to ask David's daughter.
Oh, that's David's Katie.
Yes, David's
mailman's daughter.
David's son's Katie.
So confusing.
David called me father today, and I ignored him.
Because he was really asking for the mailman, right?
Yeah. Didn't have a chance to watch yet, but the Star Wars Lego Holiday Special. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that too.
It looks fun, just a little 1 minute thing I see.
Might have to get I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold out, until we can all do a watching together on Zoom, assuming that happens. I think that should still happen, but yeah, I might have to preview that this weekend.
So where is it going to come out on?
That's on Disney Plus.
Platform, or do you got to buy it?
Yeah, it's Disney Plus.
How many more episodes of The Mandalorian?
We've had 3 so far, so I'm assuming they're doing 8 again.
8.
I'm just.
Are we all current on it?
No, I don't. It doesn't matter to me if you guys talk about it. I will not remember anything. Anyway.
Well, I have been wondering what people's opinion on the controversy has been. So I didn't.
Is it the egg thing?
Yeah.
my only comment about that was fiction eating fiction.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just amazed. First of all, pay attention to the story, okay? Those eggs would be the last of that family's line, not their whole species. Okay, so genocide is taking it a little too far, and that's where the big controversy sounds like it's coming. And they can't believe that Baby Yoda is committing genocide. Well, maybe he's not.
Maybe I'm too simple-minded, but I never even gave it a second thought until I saw the articles popping up about it, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Sounds no different.
We thought about it, and Tammy was one that was like, she was very disappointed in him, but but even her, she's like, "What?" Ethan, I think, was the first one to see the thing where somebody was, bringing up genocide and everything, and she just thought that was just absolutely ridiculous. She couldn't believe that he was being so naughty.
And you see, there's a pop figure of that now too already. They had it in production already because they dropped it right away. So it's him in front of that little egg jar case thing, and
Dropped it already?
Is it?
what that?
Are they
They
called
dropped
genocide child or?
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'll have to see what they call it here.
Because his frog pop is my favorite one, where he's eating the frog.
And that's the thing. It's like you've already seen him, wolfing down those live frogs. So
Wow.
That's why I said I haven't seen what you guys are talking about, but it sounds like me that it would be the same thing if he ate a female frog that was pregnant and she was the last frog of her family.
it's the eggs. It's like some reptilian-like or amphibian-like alien that is trying to get her batch of eggs home so they can be fertilized, and it's going to be her last batch, so it would be the last of her line. And so that's the other thing, is that they're not even fertilized eggs. So I mean, think about it. Nobody complains, when you go to the store and you buy a dozen unfertilized chicken eggs and you're eating them, and that might be the last of that chicken's line.
Exactly. I mean, you got to think about that. You got a gentleman on this podcast named Anthony that puts out millions of eggs a year and just destroys them.
Yep, and I don't give a shit at all. It's amazing. It's a great feeling.
Well, take a big swig of his caramel eggnog.
You know what? I might go upstairs and have an egg.
All right, here we go. If we all can.
We got to get that if we find it.
Where is it?
The
egg dispenser.
Aw.
chamber, I'm assuming. But he should be popping one in his mouth at least.
Literally, because it's a Funko Pop.
Yeah. I bet you there's a version out there where he is.
Now I'll load up the exclusive. It's a GameStop exclusive Funko Pop Quiznos mouse. Let me get that picture up. Wait, I don't have that. They just deleted it from the internet. I tried to save it, but
I think that seeing that commercial might attract the child to Quiznos. You might want to go eat there.
Mommy, my pet mouse that you gave away.
it would be called Space Quiznos.
Now, what do you think about the mom and the fact that she didn't seem to have any idea how many eggs she even had in that thing?
Yeah, that's the real issue.
Because we have no idea how many he ate, but it's like it went completely unnoticed by her. And I will say the thing never. There were a couple of times that I thought, is that thing getting emptier? And then they'd show it and it looked like it had plenty in it again. So maybe the eggs just like keep forming.
The eggs were having eggs.
He was actually solving an overpopulation issue.
Babies having babies. Yeah, he's the Thanos of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, except he didn't snap. He popped.
Yep. But yeah, I assume they're doing 8 episodes total. Can't confirm that because I think everything had wrapped pre-COVID anyways. Because I don't recall them saying that they went back to production. It was just all post-production that they had to do yet. And I know now they've announced WandaVision for January. I think it's like 15th or 16th, whatever the Friday would be. So this will be the first MCU product since Far From Home, which was in summer of 2019. We're supposed to get Black Widow this past May. We're supposed to get Falcon and Winter Soldier probably September-ish. And then the Eternals in this month of November is supposed to be out already. But with all the delays and everything, WandaVision is now going to be the first one out the gate. Disney Plus, I think they said 6 episodes. They didn't confirm any length, but I heard a lot of them were talking about the 6-hour-long episodes. And
they do have some sort of a trailer or something now for WandaVision, right?
Yeah, they did one maybe like
yet, but I believe I saw that they do have one.
Yeah, I think it was about a month or two is the first look. It's about a minute long. January 15th, that would be the Friday. Yeah, it's about a minute long, and it just kind of gave a real quick look at just how crazy off the wall it's going to be. I'm so pumped up for WandaVision. They say
have you seen the new Die Hard?
That commercial?
Yep.
Just played like an hour ago, I saw it. The 20-second Die Hard sequel.
Yep.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to look at that because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just if you have the cheap version of Hulu, it'll pop up on your commercials half the time.
Yeah, I was wondering if I should just take advantage of this share screen. We're testing the limits to see when we're going to get shut down by all these copyrights here.
I think we're fine. We're advertising. We're reviewing the stuff. We're commenting on it.
Not paying us. They're getting free advertisement.
It's no different than any other. There's actually a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube shows and things like that where they look at some of this stuff and do movie reviews and things like that, and they show, they'll show a scene real quick or whatever.
Yeah, I mostly say that if anyone watches the Fat Man Beyond, I think it's more of a problem because they're doing the live streams and everything, but they've been getting not fined, getting flagged or something with sharing certain trailers and things like that. So it's kind of an ongoing joke now that they're just like, all right, we're not playing audio, we're not showing anything, we're just going to react to I'm looking at this, and apparently I can only see 2-minute versions of these. So apparently they made a 2-minute version of this commercial, and but I can't find any short ones there. So maybe that's a Hulu exclusive to get
what is this actually a commercial for? I'm assuming it's not Die Hard. It's something where they're using
Die Hard batteries. Needs a battery for his car.
Yeah, the only one that's 30 seconds is something that was posted 13 years ago. So we're just going to see what that is, which is most likely the first trailer. Gotta open up my window here. So, yep, 13 years ago. Let's take an exclusive look at Die Hard.
That's gonna wake the neighbors. Don't even think about it. Live free or die hard. Rated PG-13.
Batteries.
Kevin Smith one.
Yeah. That was actually I'm not a big Die Hard fan. Like I don't think I've seen them all, but that was one.
Energizer or
yeah, I'm more of the Energizer Bunny. That's more my kind of my speed, because it keeps going and going, and it's going and going and going and going
and going.
But, yeah, I remember seeing Die Hard, that one there, Live Free, because it was like the only movie in the theater that I hadn't seen at that time. So I was so bored one night, and I just looked at the list. I'm like, seeing it. Die Hard. Okay, I guess I'll watch that. And then then Kevin Smith popped up in it.
And Anthony got all excited.
It was worth my ticket.
Watched it 3 more times.
No, that one I only saw the one time. So one time, little Fuji's reference for y'all. Yep.
Fall asleep, I'm going to squirt you inside of the head with a water pistol.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to the wife.
You talking to me?
About ready to start snoring.
You talking to me? Is that what you're doing?
You talking to me? Can't say it anymore.
I got nipples too, Fokker. Talking to me. Here, I'll show you. I showed the nipples earlier. These nipples.
The almond nipples.
Did you slap my ass?
Yeah.
I gotta get me some caramel.
Cat's trying to get in again.
Huh?
The cat's trying to get in again.
Oh no, she's in. She's just she's doing some exploring.
Looking for something to knock over.
She heard there were some dead mice in here.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through now of my Radmiss 2020, my annual reread of the Dan Slott, Mike, and Laura Allred Silver Surfer run. I was able to recruit one friend who is new to comic reading, and she's reading this for the first time and loving it. Loving it so much that this is a friend that we had just done the entire MCU rewatch. She hasn't seen him before. So we would sync up at home and pretty much kind of commentate through text and everything like that. And I would basically give like DVD extras and behind the scenes and things and fun facts and stuff like that. But after we had completed those, we're taking a little break from the movie watching. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing my annual reread for Surfer. And she's liking that so much. She's like, all right, let me know what we're going to read in December. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm going through I know in January we're going to do the Vision run with Gabriel Walta and Tom King's version, which some elements from WandaVision is inspired for this. But I figured that would be a fun thing to read in January.
So where do you have this poor girl tied up that you're torturing? Because no girl likes the Silver Surfer run. I mean, come on.
I have her text messages here to prove it.
He's got a closet too. You're not people locked up.
She's right here.
Message, damn it. Or you feel.
And that was just it. I told her, like, going in, I'm like, all right, it's very self-contained. There's only one little like Secret Wars reference crossover issue or two. So if nobody was reading Marvel history and stuff, I'm like, for the most part, you read the story through the eyes of the new character, Dawn Greenwood. So it's very welcoming to brand new fans. So someone who reads this Silver Surfer run for the first time will have the exact same knowledge that I do, having read, for the last however many decades worth of comics, because the same information provided is delivered in that same manner. And I was kind of crossing the fingers, being like, all right, I could see this being a turnoff if somebody's not into deep sci-fi and things like that. It's got a lot of Doctor Who nature to it, which I'm not even, I wouldn't call myself a fan of, but for those, it could be a very specific audience. So every 5 issues or so, I keep getting excited that the next weird concept is very well received and she's loving it. So it's kind of a sigh of relief, because there's nothing worse than being like, here's my favorite comic story ever. Oh, this sucks.
Like I said, where is she locked up, Anthony? Because you're digging yourself deeper. Now you're telling me you're giving her extra history about the Silver Surfer too. Yeah. And it's like, come on now. So I can see Anthony going into the room wearing Tammy's dress.
She's locked up in Milwaukee, where she lives with her husband and children.
Is it putting lotion on its skin?
You don't need any backseat commentary there. Fun fact about her: she played the valet for the backyard wrestling that we did in high school, and she would accompany me to the ring, and I would distract the ref. She would come in, give my opponent the low blow, and then ref would turn around being like, oh, what happened? And then I would get the win. So after all these years.
Do you have video of any of those old wrestling matches?
He's trying to find them.
I know exactly where they are. They might actually be within arm's reach here. I have one that's on DVD. Yeah, they're all under here. So if you, I might have some covers here because I designed them all in Microsoft Paint back in the day. So this way you don't, see me bending over in front of my cabinet. And I don't want to get too excited over there.
He doesn't.
We can ass on
that
screen
panel where he keeps his friend.
As he opens the door and sedates her.
Get back in there.
Quit making so much noise.
I found the tapes here, so just 1 second. Yeah, I've got all these VHS tapes. I made one DVD over the years, and it took forever to make it, so I never went through and made more. But now it would probably be much easier to, get these digitized. So let me get situated here so I can, where's that video to get them? Okay, and I'm back.
Extreme close-up. Yeah, we needed that.
Right to the crotch.
So yeah, what's cool is that I have the old cases and stuff that you would get the videos from. So whenever like a video was selling some old ones, I would always buy them. So I've got the old cases. But here we have
through the secret entrance of Subway.
Yep. RCW Fatal Finale. This is actually the very first tape. This is the original one. This is the one that is on DVD, by the way. RCW ages 18 and up. From the archives, it says the most extreme wrestling show is here on this tape with one pay-per-view, one Extreme Rage television show. Also includes the formation of the BWO, which was the Burger King World Order. And then it says you'll see all of the RCW stars in their glory. Brian Hart, Cactus Latch, Rage, Venus, El Grillo, Burger King, Bartender, Dallas Blazer, Chronic, and Big Gut. And then I made a sticker here that says, warning, mature audiences. But yep, I had a sticker program too back in the day, and we're talking late 90s that these were made, early 2000s. I even numbered them here. So I got tape number 1. Tape number 2 is Road to the Hardcore Headache. Includes RCW Extreme Rage and the new arena for BW Extreme Beef. That was one of the shows, Extreme Beef. Let's see, Hart versus Psycho, featuring Psycho's last match with RCW. Big Gut versus El Grillo. Cactus versus the Franchise Rage. Barricade versus Bartender versus Chronic. First 2 matches of the best out of 3 for the King title. All this and much, much more.
The RCW stand for real crappy wrestling, or
Rage Championship Wrestling. Thank you very much.
Well, now I'm thinking we need to get a Patreon going, and now we have some bonus material.
Yeah, I never ended up putting any of this stuff online because this was all pre-YouTube. Because some of these stars in here became teachers locally. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give their students any ammo of finding some really ridiculous stuff here. There's the Hardcore Headache live on pay-per-view. I was pretty proud of the posters I made. There was a nice, cool poster. All this stuff was made in Microsoft Paint and drew all that. This tape includes the RCW Rage Party, which was the pre-show, the pre-match before the pay-per-view.
Was it a rager?
Say it again?
Was it a rager?
Oh, it was one heck of a rager. This was the RCW BW Hardcore Headache pay-per-view. Sexy X Brian Hart defends the RCW Heavyweight title against Cactus Latch. Also, Rage versus Jam Jam Gigolo. I'll name some of the new names here. Confusion versus Downfall versus Dallas Blazer. There's a match with King Kong Grundy. and the debut of Little Gut, and much, much, much more. And there's more here, but this is tape number 6. So I at least did 6 of them. Oh, yes. The pay-per-view was titled Creepin' Climax.
Oh. Mature audiences only.
Oh, yeah. It says not for all ages. I thought it said for all ages at first.
Not for all ages. Yeah.
Not. This was mid-1999. Check out all the great action RCW as the Crown, a new member of the Contender for the Champion franchise Rage. This tape includes tournament matches with all of the top stars of RCW as they battle to get to the top and then go for the RCW gold. I'll just say this. One of the best things that we ever pulled off, I don't remember what tape it was on, but we wanted to do our version of the Royal Rumble. And I forget, it was probably called Rage and Rumble. I can't remember exactly, but that's probably what it was called. But we would have, I think it was 30 spots, but we only had about 5 wrestlers. So we all had so many multiple personalities. So we had it everything was scripted and everything, we did it as safely as possible. We actually had some of the parents that were kind of worried, like when we were doing this like every single weekend, saying that we're going to get hurt, because that was at the height of when you would see on the news with people using light bulbs and smashing them over people's heads. We never did any of that stuff. And I always defended RCW and said that we're actually more safe than if you were playing tackle football in the backyard, because when you play tackle football, you're purposely trying to just knock the hell out of your friend to get the ball and knock them down. But when we're doing the backyard wrestling, we're purposely, telling a story and making sure they're landing and all that. So I defended the heck out of it. But with
like flag football, but wrestling.
Exactly. And so in that Royal Rumble match, so we had it all pre-written out on like who would come out on which order and who had to get each person out, because we had to run back to the garage, changing to the next outfit. We kept the camera going in one motion. We had interchanging commentators because we were all commentators. If you weren't wrestling in a match, you were then videotaping and commentating. So in that one, it got extra crazy because I think we had to if we got out, then some of us had to jump into our commentator personality, but we did it all in one shot and kept it going. And
so did you out all of Mick Foley's different characters?
I actually did, because I had Dude Latch, I had Cactus Latch, and Cactus Latch was actually a combination of Mankind and Cactus Jack, because I was thinking of being Latchkind.
Yeah.
But I figured at that point, I was ripping him off too much. But I did wear his mask and everything. But I had the Draconic, because I had the Ultimo Dragon mask that I bought on eBay or something. So I had a replica Ultimo Dragon mask, which is still around. I'll have to bust it out in the next episode. But I had him. I had my favorite character, Burger King, which wore a Burger King classic have it your way shirt. But he was the ultimate jobber. He was always meant to never win a match until about a month into it. We're like, hey, it would be pretty funny if he accidentally won a match. And then it got to the point where he held all the titles and became a big personality, but he still sucked. He just did a lot of cheating and stuff.
Well, that could have been your take on the Ultimate Warrior. It could have been the Ultimate Jobber.
Oh, we had I think somebody did the Ultimate Warrior type of entrance and stuff like that. But yeah, we had a bunch of crazy characters, but doing that Rage and Rumble was pretty entertaining, because it was probably about 45 minutes long, and it was pretty fun that we just did the whole thing in a row. And we became fairly popular within high school, because we would have people, because we would wrestle outside once it got nice out, because we started in the basement. And then once we started growing and trying to pick people up, and heads were going through the ceiling tiles and stuff. So it's just all right, we need a little more space to operate. But once we went outside, we would have we probably had about 10 to 15 people one time, and they're all sitting on a deck on the second story and watching us. And we were all in character, and they were all like, it was as real as a a professional wrestling match could be, and it was kind of fun just because we were just kind of messing around. So
Did you do King in a Ring and the winner got the Burger King cardboard hat?
no, we didn't do that, but I did. There was one episode that I retired. So there was that. It had to be early 2000s when I decided to retire as Burger King, and I actually came out in like street clothes, sunglasses, and I framed my red classic Burger King shirt, and I put it in a frame, and we hoisted it up to the rafters, and I said, I'm retiring from wrestling. And as people were reacting to it, it was all a ruse because I knocked out probably the ref or whoever was there to help with the presentation. And I ripped open my shirt, and it's when Burger King came up with the new design after like 20 years or so. So I had like a white shirt with the fancy new logo and everything. So now I was Burger King 2000. And so, and then I had a Canadian stint too. I said I was from Calgary, Alberta, Pennsylvania. That's where I was from. And I kind of had a Lance Storm type of gimmick going on for a little while too. So, but yep, these are actually pretty hilarious and pretty fun. And now that I have them out, I should look into trying to get these digitized and preserved.
So that we can put them on the internet.
Yep, that's right. We'll put emoticon faces over everybody that is now a Kewaskum High School teacher. So
for all of our Patreon people.
Yeah, RCW 99 through probably 2001 or so, and definitely one of the greatest chapters of my life. So
we could probably get some of those students from Kewaskum paying us to watch those.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting on a gold mine here, I think, so I can go fund all those graphic novels for Zelda I want to buy now.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll wrap things up for this week. Anthony, so you're not going to be at the club Saturday.
Correct.
So
I won't be there.
Handle stuff. I was thinking as we do the Zoom videos and the things like that, if you had any reviews, we could just slip them on in there.
Send some recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's because we could do something like that. If I wouldn't have had my technical difficulties, I was actually going to get a hold of you earlier and see if you had anything that you wanted to do that I could record, and then I could just edit it in, and then nobody would even know that you were there unless they came back and watched it.
I didn't know that they started doing cons again.
Oh, is that because that?
Oh,
No, it's a work thing. We have about
2020.
We've got a ton of stalkers on quarantine, meaning I have no help, meaning I'm going to work. So, yep.
Big money.
Yep, just adding overtime onto normal overtime. So that way, that I don't even need to sell these RCW videos. So. I could buy some clothes for shirtless bear fighters. All right, I'm going to close my image out on this to end the podcast.